Hi, and welcome to another show of Asgard in the Morning. I am here with a very special guest. Many of you know him as Gravity Man. Hello and welcome to our show, Clement Garcia. Now, Clement here is one of the current employees for Boeing's Safety Design Department and had recently developed the Gravity Watch. Now, we know what he has done so far, but Clement, I hear it wasn't always your intention to be an engineer. We'd like to know how it all began and what steps you took to get here. Thanks for having me. And well, you're right about that. I wasn't always planning to be an electrical engineer. I originally started off as an avionics technician for helicopters when I joined the United States Marine Corps in 2010. I later decided, this isn't where I belong. I was in an environment with the wrong crowd. Plus, I always knew that I was big on technology. But it wasn't until later where I realized that I was meant to be the creator, not the repairer. You see, I exist to make others happy and bring people together of all nationalities and religion. In my first year of college, I had to take this new student experience class where I was instantly introduced to Gallup's Strengths Quest. In this book, it allowed me to figure out what my top strengths and values were. Everything I've done until now, I haven't really done for myself. And that's where my woo theme comes into play. I want to be part of what's next in everyone's future, and I want to be part of the reason for the success in the next generation of people's lives. So I decided to pursue a major in electrical engineering. Through the Strengths Quest interest assessment, it is said that someone who scored high in the realistic area will be more suited for something in this field. In this assessment, I scored high in the artistic and social areas. Although I didn't score high in realistic, I didn't let that stop me from following my dreams, and even less allow that to tell me that I am not a realistic person to begin with. So in order to follow this path, I decided to enroll into Valencia College, which provided a direct connect to UCF. After achieving the required AA courses for my articulated engineering degree, I decided to follow. I had to do 2 years in Valencia and 2.5 years in UCF. Fortunately for me, as a military veteran, I pretty much had all my schooling paid for, minus one semester that I ended up paying out of my own pocket, which wasn't bad at all. At first, I didn't know how the benefits worked, but I had the Veterans Affairs office located in both colleges guide me every semester on what I had to get done and by what date. But yeah, that being said, I got out debt free and started looking for jobs right away. If it weren't for my military benefits with Valencia alone, I would have had to pay roughly around $6,200 for 60 semester credit hours of tuition. And to get my, and I had to pay $25,500 for the 120 semester credit hours at UCF to get my BS. Giving it a grand total of around $31,700 with tuition alone. So due to being prior military with a security clearance and an avionics technician background, along with a couple of internships I did with Lockheed Martin in their weapons and countermeasures division, I managed to instantly get a job with Boeing right out of college. Electrical engineers at Boeing actually work closely with customers to develop electronic and electrical system requirements for Boeing aircraft, unmanned vehicles, and more. They use their analytical skills on challenging projects to help translate these requirements into system architecture, hardware, and software designs. Additionally, they work with talented teams of engineers across a variety of disciplines to define strategy, improve process, and ensure system integration. That's a pretty much difficult part of this field. Well, as part of our electronic and electrical engineer team, you'll be at the heart of the aviation system. Once I started with Boeing, I wasn't always working on designs from the start. Most of my days consisted of meetings and working on other co-workers' projects pretty much. This job revolves more around people with strong realistic and social values, since they have to be constantly thinking and talking to new people from around the world. After being half a year in, I developed an idea with a reasonable schematic that seemed like it would change society forever. And the company decided to get me a team of my own, and we were funded a good amount on my project. Within a year and a half, I managed to make the first perfect working prototype of a gravity watch. What this watch does is compress or decompress the gravity around the wearer, allowing them to either feel heavier or lighter. This invention was a huge success when people started to realize they could use this to somewhat fly or practically walk on water. My purpose, of course, in creating this though, was to make an emergency ejection a lot safer and more reliable in the aeronautic industry. No more parachutes required when being shot out of a jet with this watch. After it being a booming success, that's how I ended up in this seat with you interviewing me today. Of course, on another note, I'd like to thank my close friend Alvaro Tarazona, who became an electrical engineer long before myself. Because when I interviewed him to get insight on the job and what path I should take, he was the one that recommended me to take early initiatives and provided me some